Broncos versus Bills, no bigger headline to discuss than the firing of head coach Sean McDermott, which was one of those where your phone buzzes, you look on over, you think it's some chud hitting your line going, hey, what are you doing this weekend? You peer over and it's, who got fired? Sean McDermott getting fired as the Bills head coach is asinine. Not to mention the promotion for general manager Brandon Beane, who gets more responsibility. Whatever he and Joe Shane got going on, they had some sort of witch control over their owners that are able to just completely manipulate the minds of those that are handing out power. The fact that Brandon Beane pulled this off is nuts. He has produced 2 Pro Bowlers since drafting Josh Allen. That is insane that he's getting this much credit for Josh Allen, that he gets to lead the coaching search and also gets to ultimately have that say in firing Sean McDermott. McDermott was the reason why this team was good, not Brandon Beane.
Correct. Devil's advocate. What did Sean McDermott ever do?
You don't have to be devil's advocate.
What did he ever do? Where did he ever go with the team that was so talented with the uber talented quarterback? Well, I agree. You keep a Sean McDermott level coach with the Bills. What did the guy do?
By asking that question, you're removing the most important context. The simple context of the fact that this roster was not effectively prepared to win around Josh Allen. That to me is
agreed.
They obviously fell short, never won an AFC championship game, got to a Super Bowl. You have an MVP caliber quarterback. You got to be able to do that. This isn't a John Harbaugh situation where they missed the playoffs. That team was put together with duct tape, and Sean McDermott did more than he should have capably been able to.
I thought he was solid. I thought he was a good coach in Buffalo. It was never, what are you doing, Sean McDermott? I know I was rarely I'll say that to just about any coach in the league. Any coach, managing timeouts, managing clock, decision-making at the end of half. All of these coaches can go on the skewer. For me, Sean McDermott, one of the few where I was rarely saying that. I was normally like, okay, fine. I kind of trust what you're doing. I do, because you win so many games. And he did. So I'll give that credit. I mean, does this give more weight to those that wait to find their head coaches until after the Super Bowl is over? I would say yes. I would say.
Are you saying that because you would have wanted the Falcons to go and hire McDermott? Is that what you're implying?
I think it helps everybody to wait. I think John Harbaugh may have made a decision that was a little different if he had known he could have coached Josh Allen instead of Jackson Dart. Hey, I don't know what he's thinking. If it was me, I did write about that today. How if literally 12 hours, if they said let's take a beat, we'll talk tomorrow morning. Game happens. Harbaugh's agent picks up the phone and goes, what are you guys doing with Sean McDermott? That could have totally transpired. But from my kind of sense of this, and, Connor did a lot of really good reporting on this, I feel like he really wanted that job, but that's a whole separate, like he really wanted the Giants job. He felt like he could get as much control as possible. I don't think Brandon Beane's giving up all that control that Joe Shane and ownership just did. You're really emphasizing Beane and Brandon Beane here.
He's got a stupid name.
Oh, come on.
Stupid name.
The Beane with the E. I mean, it's fine. It's okay. I just expected Buffalo to be like the next step team, or when the Chiefs were making like signings that made sense, or big signings. It felt like the Bills would try to counter with that. They didn't. It was like they're too reflective. The Chiefs sucked this year, and then the Bills were like, all right, I'll show me. I'll suck also. There's no reason for me to go the next level. I don't know. They brought in Bosa. That didn't really work. Like, I guess they tried. I'm not trying to kill them for what they tried to do. It just didn't work, and it should have worked, and they should have got back past Denver. I mean, is this Denver game like the most consequential, unfortunate finish ever? Bo Nix injured, Sean McDermott fired, Josh Allen and Deion Dawkins crying after the presser. They don't get to go to the AFC Championship. Nothing good stemmed for this. We have to see Jared Stidham start a game. Like nothing good stemmed from this game whatsoever. Cursed ass game is what we got to watch.
That is a really good point. This game ended up becoming the cursed is the right word. It ended up having these cataclysmic effects with no positives came out of this. McDermott loses his job. Everyone's crying after the game. The Bills feel like they're on awkward footing. Who the hell knows who they're going to go hire? Brian Daboll's been mentioned as a guy that they might go and hire. Diana Rossini put that out there like 30 minutes after the news broke that she reached out to executives and they said, well, Josh Allen loves Brian Daboll. That would be hilarious if that's who they end up hiring. And then the other end of this is that the Broncos can't even really relish in the success that they had of winning this game, and Bo Nix playing really, really well. Not perfectly, but stepping up to the moment. Their defense making a lot of really big plays. The momentum that comes with getting to have a playoff game at home, for now Bo Nix to have been shut down for the season. And they got, as you said, there you got to try it out Jarrett Stidham. I asked this question, though. Do you think that there is some sort of a shot that their defense can win this game against the Patriots? Because I would argue I saw that defense struggle more than it had all year long. I'm not calling them fraudulent, but I think if they're on the field too much, the game is going to go in the Patriots' favor.
Yeah, you're putting it nicely. That's good. I don't know does Denver lean on the run game of Jaleel McLaughlin and RJ Harvey, who combined for 40 yards last week? No, you really can't. And I love RJ Harvey. I think he's a great dual threat back, really talented guy, but he's not the lead horse there that's going to push Denver into a competitive state versus New England. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be close. It's Jarrett Stidham versus that defense. That defense was nasty. That Patriots defense, they didn't get nearly enough proper glaze that the Denver defense has gotten and that the Houston defense got leading into this weekend. And they had one of the most impressive performances. Really. Pick off CJ Stroud, a good quarterback. Nice narratives this week, by the way. You guys are real mature about CJ Stroud. 4 picks in that one, sacked 3 times. Like, the Patriots defense is going to eat Jarrett Stidham alive.
I'm not looking forward to watching that game. It really sucks that we get to watch this. Who knows? Maybe they shock the world, but Jarrett Stidham has, at least like Nick Foles, which keeps getting compared to Stidham in this situation. He did have a lead up, and also he had previously been a starter in the NFL. So you were lucky in the circumstance that you were able to turn to a guy who had pretty deep experience. You were able to sign the guy as a backup. We're bringing in Stidham, who's got a really small sample size, who I've never been, again, overly impressed with him. We'll find out here.